Oh my gosh. Actually, to be honest, one of my favorite things about Carmilla was just how multifaceted she was. I've said this before in interviews, but one thing that really drew me to the role when I first initially saw the breakdown for the show is that her character was described in such great depth. And there was actually like a whole paragraph of description. Because so often, you know, unfortunately, still in this day and age for female roles, you'll often get like a one sentence breakdown that's like beautiful but doesn't know it. So I liked that she did have all those sides to her, and I think they were all equally fun to play and explore, but to also show those different sides in a way that still had unity, and you still saw that it was like the same person. But I love that she was such a developed, nuanced character. I think there's something about an innate chemistry that you have with a person that is sometimes not, there's no logical answer for it. I think it was very much like even when I auditioned with Elise in the callback, it was like something instantly connected, and there was something I knew in that moment. I was like, if I get cast, like that's definitely my Laura. And I always just sort of knew that. And it's hard to explain. I mean, because even in your day-to-day lives, you know, you'll meet someone who's maybe really good on paper, or someone who's really lovely and they're so kind and they're so nice, but you know, you can't fabricate just that magical chemistry. So I think in many ways, it was just sort of destiny for Laura and Carmilla to be together. Oh my gosh. The lessons I have learned from the Carmilla fandom are infinite. I feel like the past 5 years have been a decade of growth. I mean, the amount I have learned in just the past few years has been monumental, especially in terms of like listening to the fans and listening to feedback and learning how to not be so defensive and to let my guard down and to take in people's points of view and consideration. That's something that was like a huge adjustment, because of course when you first put yourself out there and you put yourself out in the public eye, it can be really scary to receive all this criticism back. But I've really been able to, I think, grow from that. It's been really wonderful to just learn about people's experiences, because the Carmilla fandom is so global and everyone comes from such a different walk of life in the Carmilla fandom, and that's been really valuable. I think I've also learned how to be a little bit more proud about who I am as well, because I came out as bi initially when I was 16. So it had been almost 10 years when I was cast as Carmilla, but even though I was out, I wasn't particularly proud, so it really gave me a sense of pride and a sense of community that I didn't have before. Well, it's really exciting to me that the Carmilla fandom continues to grow, even though the movie came out two years ago now, and I think it's largely due to the fans. I think the fans and the Cream Puffs being so vocal is what has caught the attention of the industry and what's starting to catch the attention of producers, because I mean, it's really not about us, the actors. It's really about the noise that you make and this endless support that you give us. And I think people are starting to realize this is something that has a place on TV or on our screens, whether they're digital screens or television screens. I think people are starting to recognize that there is a need for this. Yeah, I think the industry certainly still has a long way to go, but at the same time, I've certainly seen a lot of positive changes. So, that's it.
That's it.
Okay.